welcome to the webinar, Increase Member Lifetime with Intelligent Representment. Today's presenters include Craig Millius, the CEO of eCard Transactions, and Matthew Richens, the CEO of Techshare Group. During the presentation today, if you have any questions, please send those over through the Q&A feature at the bottom. We'll be sure to get those answered for you at the end. But in the meantime, enjoy today's presentation, and I'm going to hand it on over to Craig and Matthew.
Excellent. Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to just introduce our company. It's called Avocado, and we have a flagship CRM, that is built on top of Salesforce platform. It was purpose-built for YMCAs, JCCs, and basically member-based organizations. We do manage the entire process of operations from membership, program registration, all the way through to incident management. So we pride ourselves on being end-to-end solution. But above all, what we're going to talk about a bit today is Avocado does allow you to engage deeper with your members in all situations. So we're going to talk about one of those situations today.
Well, thank you, Matthew and Brittany, for sponsoring this. Pleasure to be here with everybody today. Today we're going to talk about solutions for declined credit and debit card transactions. Now, eCard Transactions has been partnering with YMCA's JCC for over 14 years. We've been providing an all-in-one payment suite that empowers your business, no matter how small or large, to take charge of your cash flow and secure a growing membership. Founded in 2009, we offer services with an intelligent payment gateway. Now, the word intelligent is what's going to separate eCard from literally thousands of other payment gateways out there today. We are an industry leader in electronic check, EFT, credit and debit card recovery, with over 350 Metro YMCA JCC locations. Our services are compatible with all the major credit cards, and we are industry PCI compliant. Now today, specifically, we're going to talk what's important to your organization is member lifetime value. And as an organization, one of the biggest things we strive for is increasing that over time. Well, one of the biggest problems that we have with member lifetime value and increasing it is a word called churn. Now, churn happens two ways. First way is it's voluntary, where your member has picked up the phone, maybe they've come into the organization or the club, and they've decided for whatever reason to cancel their membership. But you also have involuntary churn. Now, involuntary churn are those members that, well, that wasn't their intention to do, to cancel their membership. But yet, 8 to 10% of all of your membership child care program payments end up failures. They get declined. The result is, what we've learned is an incredible amount of staff time is then awarded to that just to track those members down, recover those failed membership drafts, update the members' billing information. And on average, you're 50% successful in doing that today. So what that means is you lost 50% of those failed payments. Now we're going to take a look at 3 case studies. Problem number 1 is loss of current and future revenue for this YMCA. They were experiencing over $200,000 annually with approximately 800 membership drafts via credit, debit cards, EFTs that were failing each and every month. Now their collection efforts were decentralized, meaning each branch fielded their own collection efforts. They were done maybe by a front desk gal, might have been the branch director, but it was efforts through letters and phone calls, and a lot of times it was an embarrassing confrontation with a member at the front desk. Problem number 2, the Greater YMCA of JCC of Toledo had 3 full-time staff actually doing the recovery and the collections via letters, phone calls, things of that nature, and they were doing a good job. But the problem or the cost of that was over $100,000 in benefits and salaries for those 3 full-time staff personnel. And then we look at the cost of doing business. For the Greater Philadelphia YMCA, their merchant processing costs were too much. They were paying higher rates. They were doing it through not aligning themselves. One way was through the SIC code or the MCC code. If you're a 501c, you should be getting the 501c SIC code interchange rates from Visa, MasterCard, Discover for your organization. That wasn't happening for them. And then, of course, what was happening is they were spending a lot of time, staff time, trying to chase members down, get new billing information, and less time engaging those members as they came in. The solution? Well, by leveraging today's technology to increase membership engagement and retention, we will cover using communication tools in conjunction with payment technology to increase the average lifetime value of a membership. Avocado and eCard transactions, we are bringing solutions that are going to help your organization manage those failed payments and now be able to focus on engaging your members. Let me introduce to you the eCard Recovery Suite. Now, you work hard for your members. We make sure you keep them. This was developed specifically for YMCAs that accept checks, ACHs, and credit cards for payment of services. Your organization will continue to process your payments just like you do today. Nothing changes. What we're able to do with Avocado is automate that whole process. Everything's done from behind the scenes. This will increase membership retention by no less than 20 to 40%. Let's dig in a little deeper. How do we do this? Well, that recovery suite has 3 phases. Phase 1 is account updater. Now, we talked about the 8 to 10% of all your failed payments. Well, 40% of those failed payments fall in this category, which is what we call a hard decline. A hard decline is a card that, well, you can't run it again. It's either expired, lost, stolen, or maybe now it's invalid. And there's no way you can represent it and gain approval. So what you have to do is be able to update that member's card, and we do that proactively. We do it twice a month, where we go out to the issuing banks, ask, are there any changes within our database? And they provide that information back, which we then share with the organization, and the cards go through. What does this do for you? Well, it boosts overall cash flow, because now you will receive less declines right up front. That's going to reduce the amount of manual time that your staff is making on these updates, tracking down and chasing members to get their new billing information. It is a Visa, MasterCard, Discover, as well as most recently, American Express sponsored program. Phase 2. We talked about 40% being hard declines. The bigger portion is soft declines. Soft decline meaning that the card's still good, the account's still good, but the timing wasn't good. So, in other words, that member that committed to the 1st of the month, payment failed because the 3rd of the month, the 7th of the month, or maybe it was the 12th of the month, were better days for that member to make a payment to your organization. Well, we've got 25 years of payment data and algorithms built into a payday software. Some of these data points represent geographic. In other words, where are location-wise, where is that payment at and where is it going to? It also is the best time of day to represent that payment. What is going to be the best day and the best time to cover that payment? And the end result is for our clients is we convert over 70% of those declines into approvals. Again, it's going to reduce the amount of manual time that you spend chasing down those members each and every month, and it's going to increase your revenue by decreasing that involuntary churn. Okay, so we talked about hard declines, soft declines, and we're pretty darn good at updating the cards and representing and gaining approvals. But for as good as we are, there's still some members out there that we just couldn't get updated, or we just couldn't get their payment to go through. So we developed a cloud-based service called Contact Manager. And what it does is it helps your organization reach out to the right member at the right time with the right message. It is web-based. Very simply, you upload an Excel file into the web or into the cloud, and you're telling it what to do. You're telling it to either make a telephone call or send a text out to my member and deliver a message. And if you're making a telephone call, that phone call will go out, you'll deliver your message, whatever it may be, and it allows your member to engage back with your organization by pushing one on the phone. They now can connect because now you have that member on the phone. They want to talk to you. They want to engage with you. They push one, now they connect. Same thing with texting. Texting is going to allow you through a very simple message on their iPhone or their phone and to push a link and now engage with you. Reach out, stay connected, engage your members. Can be done, well, it was originally designed, as I mentioned, for the recovery and collection process. But then it grew. It grew into camps and programs and an emergency where the pipe broke, or now it's weather related because we all got snow up north today. So yeah, it's been a great tool to help the staff at the YMCAs, again, instead of spending manual time making phone calls, writing emails, letters, that kind of thing. Let the cloud do all the work and engage your members. Okay, the benefits. Multiple merchant accounts. If you're a 501c organization, you should be definitely taking advantage of the 501c SIC codes out there. And that can be done very simply by aligning your organization with the right MCC code that's out there today for charitable organizations. You're also going to be able to lower your hard processing costs. Not only by that, but through the power of spending, we offer some very low merchant processing rates. You're going to be able to increase your membership lifetime value. Average recovery rate for our clients are anywhere from 70 to 90%. This is going to increase your revenue at your organization. It's also going to reduce staff time that your folks are spending collection and chasing down members. It's now going to allow them to focus on serving that member. And this is completely fully automated within the Avocado software. Now, seamless integration between Avocado and our recovery suite. I'm going to let Matthew take it from here.
Thank you, Craig. I'm always excited to hear about the integrations and about what you guys are doing. We were very involved with Philadelphia YMCA and the integration when we first developed this, and I'm very appreciative that they're here on the call with us, Mark Morrison. So welcome, Mark. So everything you just said, again, very, very important for everything that the YMCAs and other organizations are trying to do. The key to success in our eyes is making sure that this is as seamless as possible, as automated as possible. So, whether it's sending proactive updates to members, whether it's updating staff in real time so that they have the best experience possible when people are visiting your organizations, whether for a membership, dropping into the gym, or for a program, swim lesson, or whatever it might be. The worst thing you can do, I think, is stop them at the front door when they've already paid. So we want to make sure that's as seamless as possible, and engaging the members as much as possible through automated technology. So how does Avocado do this? Well, there's quite a few different ways that we do it, but the first way is, as we mentioned, we are built on top of the Salesforce CRM. Salesforce platform. And there's many options available to you to communicate and automate communications within that platform, whether it be the built-in solutions that Avocado natively uses or the add-ons that Salesforce provides. Depending on your needs and complexities around your journeys, we will guide you around what the right path is. So simply automating these communications and journeys, whether they're positive communications, like thank you for your payment, right through to, hey, unfortunately, you have not paid and we need to get your money. So all those communications and journeys can be automated and be intelligent. So whatever happens, you know, we see that you come this many times a month. We'd hate to lose your business. We'd hate to not see you continue on your health journey. Whatever it might be, the communications, we can automate those processes and make them intelligent through the journeys that we build within our system. In addition to that, you know, giving the right information to the staff. So whether it's through our Engage system where, you know, you're checking someone in for a swim lesson, or through to the check-in system when you're walking through the front door of an association or a location, you know, having fully integrated flow in real time and notifying the staff at every touch point with as much information as possible. Again, updating it so you're not blocking that member from walking through should they have made a payment in the parking lot. You want to make sure that you get right through the door and not stop them when you're not, you don't have no business stopping them. So automatically resolving and making sure that it's real-time communication. So that was the key in the integration with eCard and the intelligent representment in our eyes that I think made it that much more successful. And of course, after you've automated these flows, I think it's just as important to make sure that you have robust reporting and dashboarding. So all this information is available to you, whether you're using the built-in Salesforce native dashboards and reports or reporting in externally, getting real-time information and maybe even triggering that information. So, you know, every organization is a little different. So whether you're not stopping people at the front door, but you're notifying someone, maybe the front desk manager, that this person did owe you money and they're in your building today, that might be a good option as well. So our platform allows you to do all these things. Thank you, Craig. I'll hand it back.
You bet, Matthew. Thank you for sharing. Now, we've got Mark on the phone here today, so, you know, I thought it would be nice to put some actual numbers together for an association and kind of share these with you. We worked very closely with Mark throughout the whole process, and this is kind of what we came up with over the last year. You can see some of the success that we've had. For the average recovered payments per month was a little over $126,000 on average that eCard has been recovering or updating for the Greater Philadelphia YMCA. That's resulted in, over the last year on average, 22,000 members that have been updated or recovered on. It equates to an 89% recovery rate, which is pretty darn good. So the end result, what does that really mean? Well, a little bit over 1.5 million in total revenue that was awarded back to the Greater Philadelphia YMCA. Now, you can read what Mark's comment is there. Mark is the VP of IT for the Greater Philadelphia YMCA. And with that, I think we can take it right into contact information. So, if you like what you heard today, you're interested in learning more, we've got contact information for both eCard and Avocado. And what we'd like to do at this point in time, because I know we do have some time remaining, and as long as we've got Mark on the line here, is if we have any questions that either Matthew or myself or you'd like to share with Mark, let's do that now. Mark, thanks for joining us.
Glad to do it. Craig, appreciate the opportunity. I was glad to get on board, and in our community recreation and wellness industry, you've got to do more with less. That's really the modality. We don't have the volume of people that have been going through our doors, and we really have to be good stewards of that money, and also really make sure it's a good experience. One thing that we've learned is that you can't just leave that up to chance. So the flexibility of working together on this, both the automation, and I think the other piece that's really critical that maybe not everyone would immediately grasp, but when you've got automation going on a payment recovery, then you might also have an individual who comes into your facility and makes a payment. And you've got to not only be quick and have a real-time webhooks interface to bring that up, but you also need to be flexible and work with that. And this is an area that I think eCard Transactions has really distinguished themselves in. A lot of very personable service and follow-up, and adjusting that so that you really can make sure you've got a great member experience and combine both that flexibility and the real level of service and follow-up that we see all the time. So in any event, anyone got a question or a poser that that come up, all ears.
Matthew, do we have any questions in this?
There are no questions yet. No. Looks like you did too good of a job presenting, Craig. Everyone
My
understood.
goodness,
Yeah, one other thing that folks might not have thought about, but I want to call this out. The whole structure of eCard Transactions operating as a gateway service allows them to be the merchant provider, or you can use another merchant provider. And in fact, that's the use case that we took in Philadelphia. We went out for an RFP. We ended up with a local merchant or bank that wanted to be the sponsor, and they got really aggressive and put together incredibly low interchange rates, no per account fees. So to really make it affordable. And that was a great combination, so that we were able to use the gateway service back to Avocado on our Salesforce platform, and then off to the merchant provider, where we actually have 54 different merchant accounts. So you can see that is a huge amount of flexibility, but it's not necessarily the right thing that everyone should do, but it gives you a little bit of an example of how you can architect a solution here that really works well for your organization.
We really appreciate your insight, Mark. And if there's anything, any other questions, please feel free to put them into the question section of Zoom or in the chat. We're happy to stay on the call and answer anything. I guess if there's no questions, we could wrap it up. Anything?
Yeah. Thank you all, Craig, Matthew, and Mark, for being here. What a great presentation. Super efficient, like I said. Maybe no questions currently, but great to know if anybody has any follow-up questions from this presentation. Of course, there's some emails listed here. I also wanted to let everybody know that this presentation will also be available on demand. So if you need to revisit anything, want to share with any colleagues, we will make sure this is accessible to you and that you have these resources. So again, thank you all. Let me see if there's a question in the chat here real quick. Oh, nope, no question. Perfect. Well, thank you all, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye now.